friends, welcome to Spiceindiaonline with me Mulai Madhavan. In this video, I'll be sharing the recipe for an instant Tiffin Sambar which you can make under 15 minutes. This is one of those easy sambar recipe which can be made in no time, involves no dal or tamarind in it and still tastes like sambar. You can pretty much serve this with idli, dosa, poori, chapati or even pongal. Here are the ingredients that you'll need to make this sambar. To begin with, we're going to make a thick paste out of red chilies, roasted gram and coconut. I've taken about 6 or 7 long red chili, a teaspoon of roasted gram which is mainly added for thickness, and about a quarter cup of fresh grated coconut. We're going to blend these 3 ingredients with a little water to make a thick paste and we're going to set it aside. For tempering, we'll need some cooking oil, 1 dry red chili, mustard seeds, urad dal, cumin, fenugreek, curry leaves, asafoetida powder. For sauteing, you will need about a cup of sliced onions. I've used shallots for this recipe. And then since there is no tamarind involved in this sambar, we're going to use a little more of tomatoes for this, about half a cup of it, some crushed garlic, 1 green chili which is added for extra heat. You can skip this if you don't prefer, and some coriander for garnish. For the spice powder, you will need a quarter teaspoon of turmeric and then a teaspoon of sambar powder which is added for flavor, which is purely optional. You can skip this or you can go with all-purpose curry powder or plain coriander powder. And finally, the salt that is required for the dish. To begin with, we have to heat some oil in a pan. I've used peanut oil. You can pretty much use any refined oil for this recipe. Once the oil gets hot, temper it with some mustard seeds, fenugreek seeds, urad, cumin, some asafoetida powder, 1 dry red chili and few curry leaves. Fry these in the hot oil for few seconds until it turns crisp and golden, and then add 1 green chili, crushed garlic and sliced onions. Now, using shallot can make your sambar taste really good. These are naturally sweet and you don't need any extra element like jaggery or sugar in your recipe. But if you are to use the regular onions, just add a quarter teaspoon of jaggery to make the sambar a little sweet. And also remember to add a pinch of salt while sauteing onions, which will make them sweat and cook them fast. Once the onion turns a little soft, we're going to add the tomatoes. Try to use more ripe and juicy tomatoes for this recipe so your tomatoes will cook faster and will also keep your sambar color nice and orange. Since there is no tamarind in this recipe, the only element of sourness is going to come from your tomatoes. So try to add about half to 3/4 cup of tomatoes for every 1 cup of onion and cook them until they turn soft. As this being an easy version of sambar, there are no additional vegetables involved other than the onion and tomatoes. You don't want to cook them way too mushy. Keep them on the chunky and crispier side of it so that the dish will look appetizing and tasty. Once the tomato onion turns a little chunky, add in the turmeric powder followed by sambar powder. Instead of sambar powder, you can go with all-purpose Madras curry powder or you can just use plain coriander powder. And followed by the amount of salt that's required for this dish. Now again saute these for few minutes until the masala powder gets cooked through. Though adding sambar powder is optional here, I would highly recommend that you add a little, otherwise your sambar is going to taste very bland as there are no vegetables involved here. So either go in for the spice powder or add in some cooked vegetables or a vegetable stock would make it more flavorful. Once the base reaches to this stage, you can see that the oil is separating from it. You're going to add the coconut paste that you made earlier. This is made by blending dry red chilies, coconut and roasted gram along with some water. Dilute the leftovers in your mixer jar with a cup of water and then add that to the base. Mix it thoroughly with the onion tomato base and bring this to a boil over medium flame. Once it starts to boil, garnish it with some fresh coriander leaves and curry leaves. Cook it for a few minutes and then turn it off. And that's it, friends. Tasty instant sambar is ready to be served. Serving these over steaming hot idlis is definitely going to be a treat for your taste buds. So do try it out and let me know your feedback. I hope you enjoyed watching this video. Please do give us a like and subscribe to our channel. Thank you.